Stress is how we perceive and respond to stressors that could be threatening or challenging. Most adults are stressed about work, home, and finances. But who cares about them? What really matters is what stresses students out. When stress occurs, epinephrine and norepinephrine are released into the bloodstream. Heart rate and breathing increase and prepares the body for an adaptive response called fight or flight. Another response to stress is gas. Not the gas from behind, but general adaptation syndrome. According to Hans Zellius, gas has 3 phases. The first phase is alarm due to increased heart rate and a feeling of shock. In phase 2, resistance, there is a sudden outpour of hormones. Phase 3, exhaustion, people are vulnerable to illness, collapse, and even death. Although the human body can cope with temporary stress, prolonged stress can result in physical deterioration. Health psychologists and physicians have created the field of behavioral medicine to answer questions like, what causes stress, what are the effects of stress, and how can we get rid of those effects? Stress can produce major effects on a person's health, especially students. Catastrophes, life changes, and daily hassles are more stressful when we view them as negative and uncontrolled. Bacterial infections combine with uncontrollable stress to produce severe ulcers. When we perceive a loss of control, our vulnerability to illness increases. A control-related factor that influences stress is optimism. Optimists perceive more control, cope better with stressful events, and enjoy better health. Pessimism and perceived loss of control predict health problems because losing control provokes an outpouring of stress hormones. When we feel unable to control our environment, stress hormone levels rise and immune responses drop. The crowding in high-density neighborhoods and college dorms is another source of reduced feelings of control. Stress can also put us at risk for one of today's 4 leading causes of serious illnesses and death: heart disease, cancer, stroke, and chronic lung disease. The number 1 cause of death today is coronary heart disease. Coronary heart disease is the closing of the vessels that nourish the heart muscle. As well as family history, behavioral and physiological factors increase the risk of heart disease. These factors include smoking, obesity, physical inactivity, and high blood pressure and cholesterol level. In a 9-year study by Freeman and Rosenman, type A and B personalities were studied. Men with type A personalities were competitive, hard-driving, impatient, time-conscious, and easily angered. Men with type B personalities were easygoing and relaxed. By the completion of the study, 69% of type A personalities had suffered a heart attack. Not one of the pure type B personalities has suffered a heart attack. Illnesses such as hypertension and headaches are stress-related and are referred to as psychophysiological illnesses. These illnesses are literally mind-body illnesses. The immune system defends the body and includes 2 types of white blood cells called lymphocytes. B lymphocytes form in the bone marrow and release antibodies that fight bacterial infections. T lymphocytes form in the thymus and attack cancer cells, viruses, and foreign substances. Age, nutrition, genetics, body temperature, and stress all influence the immune system's activity. So how do we cope with stress? Studies suggest that aerobic exercise can reduce stress, depression, and anxiety. A question asked is, if we know the damaging effects of stress, could we train people to bring their heart rate and blood pressure under conscious control? The idea of biofeedback answers this question. Biofeedback is a system of recording, amplifying, and feeding back information about physiological responses. Biofeedback requires relaxation, therefore relaxation exercises could be a natural remedy for stress. The relaxation response requires you to assume a comfortable position, breathe deeply, and relax every muscle in the body. Then close your eyes and concentrate on a single word or phrase. When thoughts come to mind, let them drift away and continue to repeat your phrase. Come on, you do it too. AP tests are coming soon and I know you all are stressed. Assume a comfortable position. Breathe deeply. Relax every muscle in the body. Close your eyes. Concentrate on a single word or phrase. When something else comes to mind, let it drift away. Another way to cope with stress is social support. Feeling liked, affirmed, and encouraged by intimate friends and family promotes happiness and health. Along with social support, spirituality plays a huge part in coping with stress and illness. With the social support of family, friends, and faith communities, people have better health with less immune system suppression, stress hormones, and suicide. There are many ways to promote health, but first we must get rid of the things that will harm our health. Every year, tobacco kills some 4 million of its 1.2 billion customers. In the United States, 96% of people believe smoking is harmful to people. 4 in 10 adolescent smokers agree that although smoking may eventually harm this person's health, the very next single cigarette he or she smokes will probably not cause any harm. Smoking is a pediatric disease, usually beginning during early adolescence. Smoking is common among those who get low grades, who drop out of school, who feel less competent and in control of their future. It is also common in those whose friends, parents, and siblings smoke. 3 in 4 people have tried to quit smoking. However, nicotine is addicting. A smoker becomes dependent on the habit of smoking. A smoker will also develop a tolerance for nicotine, and they need larger and larger amounts to produce the same effect. Quitting causes withdrawal. Symptoms of withdrawal are craving, insomnia, anxiety, and irritability. Efforts to help people stop smoking are public health warnings, counseling, hypnosis, and support groups. The treatments are often effective in the short run. However, all but 1/5 of participants return the habits again. Smoking rates remain high among high school dropouts, those of lower socioeconomic levels, and college students. Another way to promote health is to eat healthy. Well-nourished children play more actively and happily. Nutritionally empty sugar calories put in cereal, soft drinks, and yogurt result in tooth decay and increased risk of osteoporosis, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Depressed patients have lower levels of a good fat, omega-3 fatty acid in their diet and blood. In countries such as Japan and Okinawa, people eat omega-3 rich fish and have low depression rates. Obesity also contributes to health. Fat is an ideal form of stored energy that provides the body with a high-calorie fuel reserve to carry when food is scarce. Fitness matters more than being a little overweight. However, significant obesity increases the risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, arthritis, and certain types of cancers. Some 300,000 Americans a year die from weight-related illnesses. Obesity is not only a physical threat, but it can affect how people are treated and how they feel about themselves. When losing weight on a diet, metabolism slows and fat cells cry for food. Most people who succeed on a weight loss program eventually gain back most of the weight. Some helpful hints to losing weight are to minimize exposure to tempting food cues, take steps to boost your metabolism, be realistic and moderate, eat healthy foods, don't starve all day and eat one big meal at night, and beware of the binge. Stress can cause many hardships, but if we identify the stressors and learn how to cope with them, everything should be A-OK.